everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings, and we are going to do the Taurus Weekly Tarotscope. This will be for August 1st through the 7th. Wow. I can't believe how insanely slow and fast this year is going at the same time. If that makes any sense at all. Okay, we are going to get a couple oracle cards for you guys and see what the strongest energies and messages for your week are. And then we'll get into your tarot. Whoa. Okay. Wow. All right. Overall energy, you have financial constraints, which doesn't necessarily mean financial hardships, but, you know, it could mean that you are struggling financially right now. That could just also represent feeling like you don't have enough, feeling left out. You also have the envy card and the hostilities card. So, but you have that followed by the temple path, which is healing. So this week overall for you is going to be this is definitely about healing insecurities. I feel like for those of you who are in a relationship, you are both really at each other's throats right now. There's a lot of tension between either you and somebody that you are in a relationship with, or even somebody that you're close to, somebody in your surroundings, but there's a lot of tension. There's probably maybe been a lot of arguments between you and this person, very defensive with one another, but the underlying issue in it is that there's jealousy, there's insecurity, somebody's feeling like they're not getting what they want in this. This is happening for a purpose, though. Because if you notice with this, you know, that both of these people are mirroring each other with the energy. So this person is kind of bringing up some insecurities in you. I think there's a desire to bring healing to this, there's a desire to make things right with this person. I don't feel that you are wanting to cut this person out of your life. I think that you and this person both want to bring healing to this, but you're both in such a tense energy right now. I don't even feel that you're seeing each other on the same page. It's a lot of jealousy. Somebody feels that you are not... Somebody feels that you're not providing them with what they want. But in the same sense, I feel that you feel that you're giving this person everything that you possibly can. Let me get just a couple more. This is good because you do have the Sun card and you do have the Star card and you do have, this is like the good news card, going on a new path, something more positive. So I want to say that all of this is being highlighted for you right now for a purpose. I think that there's maybe a lot of tension that has been kind of held in between the two of you for a long, long time. If you're in a relationship with another person, this person is, they're wanting to open up to this relationship. They're feeling a lot of feelings. They're wanting to open up in a more vulnerable way, but in the same sense, this relationship is opening them up and then bringing out all of these insecurities at the same time. And so the person that you're connecting with, and honestly, I feel that this is your energy as well to some extent. You're both kind of really at a point that you're both wanting to open up to this connection. But at the same time, it's, there's just been a lot there's just been a lot of tension building, and I feel like you two have not really communicated this very well to each other. When the person you're connecting with feels vulnerable, they try to put themselves in this place of controlling their emotions. It's very tense. It's kind of like you both have this desire to feel in control, to be in control in some way. And that's not necessarily in a negative controlling way, but just wanting to feel that you're not put in a vulnerable position. Both of you are scared to be put in a vulnerable position in this relationship. So both of you kind of hold back on really opening up to this, or opening up to your feelings to each other. And so in that, all of these insecurities and all of this tension is just building and building and building. And it's kind of being highlighted for you this week. It's going to feel really intense at first, but the purpose is to bring healing to this. This is being highlighted to you because this is something that needs to be addressed in an honest way. Oh. All right, let's get to your reading and see what else comes up. That's a connection that's it's very much in the place of very strong ego. And everything right now is being seen and dealt with through the ego, and not through that space of unconditional love and compassion and understanding. And all of it is out of a fear of being vulnerable. And I would say that's going to be on both ends. Okay, so let's see. Wow. Okay. Woo. Y'all got an intense. Okay. Now, for your overall, you do have Page of Wands. So what this is saying is this is an opportunity for a new beginning for you. This is an opportunity to see something in a fresh perspective, to handle something in a fresh perspective. This is an opportunity to get a new beginning. But with the page, it's asking you to kind of not lower yourself. See it from a more innocent perspective, I guess. See it in a more optimistic way. Try to let go of, all of the fears that you've built up, or all of the, the desire to be strong. It needs to be kind of seen in a fresh perspective. There needs to be kind of a reset, This to me is also saying that you have an opportunity, especially with the Wheel of Fortune being at the center. This is saying that it's time for a big shift. It's time for a big change right now. This is also saying that everything that is happening for you this week is very divinely guided. This is something that is meant to happen, good or bad. The bad is kind of being highlighted to you right now because it's showing you what has to change. And this situation that you're dealing with, I feel like it's kind of been looked at in a more immature perspective. It's, it's not being handled in the correct way. With the Hierophant, this is saying that both of you have been in the same routine for a long time. Both of you are very set in your own beliefs. Both of you are very methodical in the way you want things to go, but I feel like that's two completely different things. I kind of feel to some extent somebody in this connection, especially in this Five of Swords, is wanting to be like my way or the highway. Like everything is going to go this way, or this is not going to work. Either it's going to be all this way or it's not going to work. You both have the desire to have some sort of power in this. And so the key this week for you is to see this in a less traditional type of way. Be more open to the mysteries of this. There's something really powerful in this connection. Whether this be that this is like a soulmate connection, that you're meant to be with this person, or this is just a friendship, there's something very powerful in this connection. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of love between you and this person. So if it is a relationship, both of you feel such a strong love for each other. With the Four of Pentacles, it makes you both vulnerable. You both hold back. You both do not express the depth. And there's no, how do I word it? It's almost like this, as having that kind of love is almost seen as a weakness, as something that could really get you hurt, basically. So you both have the same love, and you both feel the same respect for each other. You both have the same desire, but both of you hold back on what your true feelings are. And with the Page of Pentacles, it's staying in this very, it's not moving forward in a solid, stable way because of that. Because there is a lot of insecurity. But I want to say this is very mirrored energy. You both are feeling this, the same types of insecurities in this. And I think honestly that you both have worked so hard to maintain a level of control over, those true, genuine feelings, that it's kind of like a buildup, and it's getting very intense. It's like a struggle for power. But you do have the Three of Wands, you do have Temperance, and you do have the Nine of Cups. This is bringing you to wish fulfillment. If this is a relationship this is a soulmate connection. This is something that's meant to come together, but the energies have to be softened. There has to be that release of control and the trust in the connection. That's the change that is needed this week. Neither one of you are trusting this enough to... It's basically like not be so set in your ways. And I think the Page of Wands is telling you to try to look at this from a different perspective. Try to look at this from a fresh perspective. If this is somebody that you've been dating for some time, it's kind of like, try to take yourself back to the dating energy. Try to get to know each other again. The Page of Pentacles is saying the same thing, that you both have a lot to learn from each other. And it's a good idea to really take this time to, again, like take the relationship down a notch and spend time really getting to know each other, because I think that there's just such, I want to be the one on top. I want to be the winner type of energy. Let me see. We're just going to pull a few more cards. Yeah, let's see if we can get you some guidance regarding this. This is like a power struggle. But the way to bring change to this is to take it out of the controlled energy and just be in that more spontaneous, go with the flow type of energy with it. Yeah, like you're both like standing your ground. It's like, I was just reading this. It's like the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy. But it's like somebody is at the very, it's the need to go from that very masculine, controlled energy to the more spiritual connection. It's like there's been a lot of focus on the physicality of this connection, but not enough on the emotional aspect, the spiritual aspect of the connection. It's all about, routine, tradition, control, how everything looks, how everything is happening, what's going on day to day in the connection, who's doing what for who, it's that type of energy. And the actual connection that you two have, the emotions, the feelings, the spiritual aspect is kind of like being ignored in this. And that's where you need to take action towards. You need to take action to see this in a more higher perspective. And it's also asking you to, what do you feel? Because I think that you feel very defensive in this also. I think that you're very guarded. I think that you're very frustrated with this. So ask yourself, what is this that is really frustrating you about this? What is it that you really want in this connection? If you want to have a relationship where you're more open to emotions and more and connecting more on the spiritual level, ask yourself if that's what you're giving to that person. Are you kind of letting, if you want this person to let their guards down, are you letting your guards down? You know what I mean? It needs to be more of a, emotions need to be added into it, basically. At least seeing both sides of the, trying to see it in a more emotional place, a more loving place. Oh, sorry. I also want to say that for some of you that there's been a very strong disagreement between you and another person to where you guys aren't even speaking. And I do think that it's important for you to take some time right now to look at where you want this situation to be in the future and be willing a little bit to let down your guard a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying to just totally give in. No, not at all. But I am saying there is a little vulnerability needed in this. Okay. Whew, I'm sorry. That was intense. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. I am sending you guys much, much love. I hope you have an amazing week. Bye-bye.